Hey everybody, welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator. And so I've got a couple of little cars in here that I'm going to go through and do the jobs on. These are just all little ones. There's a couple of bushes. The one inside there was just a couple of filters. I think this one's a tire end. And what do we got on this one? A couple of brake things. So I'm just going to go through and knock those out. They're all pretty straightforward things. And then once I've got that, I'm going to grab this story job, which we'll go through and do that one together. But these ones I'm just going to knock over quickly so they're done. Today's objective is that we go through and get up in the top right corner, you'll see how much credits we've got, which is 5,300 at the moment. We want to get up to about 10,000. What we are going to want to do is unlock the welder. That's going to let us repair the bodies, and then we will be able to go to the junkyard and buy ourselves a car. From that, we'll be able to sort of fix that up as much as we can, and then be able to sell those cars, which is going to sort of increase the amount of money we're making, because these little jobs, like by the time I go through and do that, I'm not going to make a huge amount of money. What we'll do is we'll just quickly do this one now while it's in here, and then just to give you an idea of sort of what sort of money we're going to be making. So which air filter, fuel filter, oil filter. So air filter, nice and easy up on the top here. There it is. So grab one of those. Get those installed on there. Now oil filter we're going to need to do from underneath. Fuel filter, yep, at the back here on this one. Right, now let's get that up in the air. Now this is another one of those times where what the game wants you to do and what you do in the real world, two completely different things. In reality, if you were ever changing the oil filter, you wouldn't do that without changing the oil. But the game doesn't want us to do that, and if we do those sort of things, it just costs us money, and we end up losing out on the job. Which once we get our own cars, that's a different story. We can do them the right way. But yeah, so if we have a look at that now, so that is all done. So we've done everything requested on that, and we're gonna get a grand total of $80, for which it cost us $55 to do. So yeah, so a bit of a long haul. So that's why I'm not going to bother recording, going through and doing all the rest of these ones. I'll just get those smashed out. Once I've sort of got a few of those done, I might even grab a couple more and just get them done, just to get a little bit of money up. Then we'll do the story job, and then look at getting to the junkyard, and we'll go explore that. Okay, so I've gone through and cleared out a few jobs, which means we're up to getting that car in. Just before we do that, one of the other ways that you do get a little bit of money is just by selling off all the old parts. Now, later on, you can actually repair a lot of the parts, but because we're still a fair way off that, I'm just going to get rid of everything that we've got. And the other thing that we do have in our inventory is just one of these cases, so let's just have a look and see what we get from that. So there's a couple of little bonuses there, and then let's get that story car in. So yeah, so this one's basically a Volvo, even though it doesn't say it's a Volvo, because they can't use the official name unless it's licensed. But yeah, so good morning. Hello, young man. Please help me. I set off on a ride and my car stopped working. It just shut down suddenly. Fortunately, some good young man towed me to your workshop. If it weren't for them, I'd rather not go into it. Please see what you can do to get it up and running again. I have no idea what it could have happened. Usually everything was working just fine after a 6-month break. Thanks for setting up the workshop here in the middle of nowhere. In the meantime, please allow me to use the restroom. I'll see you soon. I think it's probably going to take a little bit longer than a restroom visit to fix this thing. But anyway, let's have a look and see what we've got. Okay, so we've got clutch plates. We're going to be pulling the gearbox off. We've got some internal engine parts there. We've got some radiator. You probably noticed on one of the last episodes, one of the cars I was doing, I didn't realise there was a second page to it, but I do now. so that's something I'm now aware of. But yeah, and this isn't the first time I've played this game either, so I should have been aware of that, but for some reason it just didn't click at the time. But yeah, so spark plugs, some belts, yeah, a couple of bits and pieces there, all the normal. So okay, yeah, so this one shouldn't be too bad to do, so let's get into it. Yeah, definitely see the radiator there. Yeah. So what I'll do, I'll do all the inspections, which we've already done all those in previous videos, and they do take a little while, so I'll just come back once I've done the inspections and got it on the hoist there. So we've done all the inspections we can do, so let's get underway. Now, as this is going to need the fluids changed anyway, and if we don't drain them first, it spills all over the floor on you. We'll get everything drained out of it. That way we don't make the mistake of undoing something that drains fluid everywhere and makes a big mess. While we're doing this, let's drain the oil as well. So we'll start there. Okay, that is all drained. Now, while we're under here, one of the things we're going to have to do was the clutch. So go through and do that now. Sometimes in this, some of the starter motors like to be done from underneath, some of them from above. We'll get that oil filter out of the way. another tight bolt. Bit of WD-40 and she's sorted. You can see a couple of other rusty bolts on here. And there we go, we got the clutch off. Now let's just have a quick look at the list, make sure there's nothing sort of deeper down than that that's going to mean we need to keep going further. No, that looks like it. Yep, so we're going to need a clutch plate and a clutch release bearing, and then we can put that back together. We may as well get the starter motor so we can put that back on as well. Okay, clutch plate, clutch release bearing. Now again, in the real world, if you were doing it, you'd be doing the pressure plate as well and pulling the flywheel off and machining it if you're not replacing it. But again, we don't get any value added to the game by doing that. In fact, it actually costs you money that you don't make back. And then starter motor, that's going to be in this section. It did also have alternator on the list, so while I'm here I'll grab that, because probably should have just searched it, but anyway, I'm almost there now. It did say 4 spark plugs, I recall, as well, and the starter motor. No, that is... Let's try that again. There we go. Assembly mode. Right. Gearbox in, drive shaft on. Starter motor. Oil filter. Okay, let's get it back down and have a look at the stuff from the top. I think everything else that was on that list is going to be from the top here. Yeah. That was definitely on the list, so we're going to need to do the radiator. Yeah, spark plugs. Okay, where are they hiding the spark plugs on this one? Ah, there we go. It's sort of hidden in the shadows there. And last one, yeah, that's all the spark plugs. Yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure they were going to be on the list as well then. Going to be in here. sure that was them. Yep. Okay. Fuel filter, definitely on the list. Pretty sure the air filter was as well, but we'll get to that. I think the battery was actually on the list as well, if I recall correctly. No, battery was fine. It was just a starter motor. Now, there was camshaft on the list as well, I believe. And there was a... Let me just check that list, just in case. Okay. Nope, never mind, it was actually just cam gear. Doesn't look like we actually need to have that on. We are doing the timing belt, but the timing belt's not actually under that cover, so let's stick that back on. It's alright. Couple extra XP. Let's get this front pulled apart. Belt was on the list. Alternator was on the list. Now, one thing that is here, there is a shopping list. So when you're looking at the parts, you can actually just press down and it adds it to the shopping list. Personally, I don't really use it much, but it is a feature that is there for those that do want to use it. Can be quite handy because it saves you trying to remember everything. But like, for instance, which cam gear it was, but I'm pretty sure it's this one, but I did add it to the shopping list. So yeah, so basically what we can do is, if you use on the shopping list, you can go in there, you press select, you buy the part, and then, but what you want to do then is remove it from your shopping list as well. So you want to go in there and delete that back out. So yeah, so that is an option that is there for another way of doing it, which yeah, so because timing belt was one of the things that I needed. So yeah, so you could, if you wanted to, add it to the shopping list, go into the thing, open your list, buy the part, open your shopping list again, delete it from the list. And there's multiple ways you can use it. You can go through and add everything to your shopping list in one go. But yeah, I'm going to just jump in and get the things that I know that we already needed. was the right one, I think. I think I already got the alternator. But yeah, so... And then I'll just get the other ones as we go through if I've missed any. So, but as you go to put it on, you can have a look and see what percentage it's at, and that'll tell you whether or not it was something that was going to need replacing. So if we didn't have the new alternator, we'd see that one was at 2%. Same with the water pump. We go to put the belt on, and we see that's at 9%. So we go, okay, yep, let's get a belt. I think that other one was a serpentine belt A. Yep, it was. This wasn't 100% sure, so I didn't want to buy something I didn't need. Okay, yeah, so I'm pretty sure we've still got to do the air filter. So let's get in there and do that, and then we'll have a look and see what else there was. Okay, maybe the air filter wasn't on the list. Look at me making assumptions. Okay, so we've got 2 relays and a fuel pump. And then we've got to fill up all the coolant, etc. Okay, so fuel pump, relay A, relay B. Yeah, I was could have sworn I saw air filter on the list earlier, but okay, so it's not that one, it's not that one, it's that one. And then that one. So, in case you didn't notice, when you're on remove mode down the bottom left, if it's a part you've identified and tested, it'll tell you the percentage on it. So that's how I was identifying which relay was the faulty one, because they were at, like, one was 1% and one was like 7% or something, or maybe they were both 1%. I just saw they were both red and faulty. Why? Yeah. Change the fuel pump. Have a quick look, make sure that's all the parts. Yep, looks like it. Alright, let's fill everything up and she should be good to go. At least we can see the brake fluid on this one, unlike one of the other ones we did. Little trick with the oil, and you'll notice the bottle drop. It's about 3 seconds after that it's going to be full. And then obviously you can go through and check the oil, which is what you should do, but I already know that that's going to be full. So the same deal with the other ones. So about once it dropped a little, about 3 seconds after, she'd hit the capacity. Could probably put a bit more in that, but I don't think it's going to complain about that. And what I'll do, I'll just show you what happens if you keep going, just because I haven't done it yet. So it'll start bubbling over the top because you overfilled it. So, which if you do that with the oil, it makes a mess and you get charged an environmental levy. Okay, so looks like we've fixed this old lady's Volvo. So that's that job done. Let's have a look and see how much we're going to get for that. So yeah, so we're going to make a little bit of money on that, which should get us pretty close to where we wanted to be. So we're at just under 9,000. We were sort of aiming for 10, but that should be near enough to do what we want to do. So let's get in here. I actually got a level while I was doing the inspection, so yeah, we can speed up one of these. Yeah, we've actually got, okay, looks like we've got a few points because we haven't done the last couple of points that I've got. So what do we got? So there's no point doing the fixing yet because we can't fix it. Anything that sort of speeds up the job for us is going to be beneficial. Yeah. And obviously saving money is a good thing too. So whilst I don't particularly want that one at the moment, that's not overly relevant, but it will be. I want to get the discount on the parts, so what I'm going to do is unlock that one for now. I don't have enough points for that one at this stage, so we'll get something else, maybe just speed up our speed again, and then next point we'll get the discount on the parts. So we've got that, and then the main one that we wanted to unlock is this one here, so the welder. So we're going to buy that. And then let's go have a look at the junkyard. So it costs you $500 to go each time. So something to be aware of. So you need to make sure you've got money for what you're likely to find there, and also bear in mind that it has cost you $500. So when you're sort of working out whether you're making money on that job or not, something to factor in. So, alright, and this is the junkyard. So there's a few things that can be done here. So you got the junk piles, which you can go searching through and try and find stuff. So what you can do if you're after specific things, you can sometimes find them and then repair them, which is a cheaper way than actually just buying them. But I don't know, to me, I don't sort of find any value in that. What I go looking for is these sort of things. Yeah, so let's have a look at that now. You can go into examination mode. You can go through and check all the things, which will tell you the condition of everything. This car's obviously got a lot of parts missing. When you go through and check it all, which is just the same as if you were doing a job for a customer, it's just done like that. Wrong button. Alright. And then you can go in, you can look behind the car. So it gives you a few details in here, original information on it, what engine, also down the bottom the engine swap options. So this one had the just the 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder double overhead cam, but there was the option of the turbo engine. So what you can do is actually swap it out if you want and put the turbo engine in it, which increases the value of it when you're doing it up. So this has a few things there. So, but this one, the buy price on that is going to be 12,000. So that one is well out of our budget. We're looking for something a bit lower. Hopefully I've sort of come here with enough money. Surely there's going to be something here that's in our price range. So not that one by the looks of it. We may have perhaps come here a bit too early. Oh, that one's close. But if we keep looking, hopefully there's something here for us. I don't think it's going to be this. This looks like it's going to be something a bit rare. And yeah, so the cars will just be randomly placed throughout here. It's just a matter of wandering around, seeing what's there. Ooh. If we had actually made it to the 10,000, like I initially planned, we could have got that one. But unfortunately, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure this one's a dearer one. Yeah. Doesn't look like we're gonna get anything. No. Okay. So it looks like it's back to grinding. Get some more money up. Probably come here with about 10,000 to get started. So have to do a bit more grinding at this stage. I was really hoping that we'd pick up a cheap car today. I'm pretty sure I've checked everywhere. It's a shame we were like only about 700 off of getting that one, but Okay, looks like it's back to the shops. Try again. Get some more money saved up. And yeah, so what we might do then is I'll grind out some more jobs, all the boring stuff that there's no point going through, and then we'll probably leave it here for this episode, and next episode we'll come back and start fresh with some money and come to the junkyard and see what they got for us. So if we're gonna leave it there, I'll sign off here. So thanks for joining me, and yeah, hopefully next time we can get our own car and have a bit of fun with it. So yeah, see you then.